Yeah, there's two main problems with this. One, is a stupid name, and two, it looks like it's fallen out of R2-D2's arse. But are there any positives about it? Let's take a look. Welcome to this unsponsored, robust review. Let's take a moment to ask the universe for some good to come out of one of these grey shipping bags, because as we know, they normally just are little grey bags of disappointment. Right, let's carve this up. First thing, if you were getting this as a gift for somebody, it'd be an absolute piece of piss to wrap. A small thing, but it's the sort of thing I care about. Let's tip it out, and in the hand already, it does feel pretty girthy and weighty. Feels much better than I expected. So this weird rectangular thing does contain everything you need. The little screwdriver handle just pops out there and it's held in by these two clips at the bottom. You depress those and out it shoots.
So what have we learned so far? Well, to deploy it, there's this little click-clack here. And you unclick-clack it and it comes out. Is it any good? Sorry, So what have we learned thus far? There's this little click-clack here which lets you deploy it in anger. Is that going to fall out? Yes. Yes, it does. Bollocks. Is it going to come out? No, I don't think so. It seems quite sturdy in my testing.
Moving on swiftly. It's a good job I'd already made this bit. We'll just have a quick tour of the bits that are in this. All your favourite selections here. There's some crossheads, some little tiny ones which are always useful. A full set of hex, snake eye bits and triangle. Yes, with the hyphen, that is how it's spelled. A full set of the tiny Torx bits, and the ones from T5 upwards are security Torx. Well, security in the same way as putting a key under the mat, but anyway, they're in there, and they are of course fully compatible with normal Torx bits. And a few little stragglers that didn't fit in on the side here, including a handy little SIM card tool. But wait, there's more, folks. You also get a nice sharp pair of tweezers, the handle, obviously, and a spudger, which is a word I really hate, like garner and broach. Just doesn't feel right in the mouth. Now, this is positive. The bits are of astonishingly good quality, actually. They seem to be really good tool steel, and they're well made, and none of that horrible chromo plating that will flake off and get stuck in your fingers. Because people always want to know this sort of thing, let's ask a few personal questions of it. Well, the dimensions are on the screen there in metric and Texan, and if you wanted to know, it weighs about 280 grams or 10-ish ounces. I don't know, never used them. Finally, we're actually going to use it. Now, I don't need to sit here for an hour and tell you about using a screwdriver. It acts and behaves exactly how you'd like it to, and yes, it's magnetised, as you might expect, since it lives, well, with a magnet all day. It's not bad in the hand, actually, for the money. Again, really impressed. And because these are 4mm standard bits, if you don't get enough protein in your diet, you can rinse on them a bit as well with a 4mm spanner. These are fiddly to get out, and if you're doing a mucky job where you need to wear gloves, you're going to struggle. Just a little heads up. Just bring it in a second. Just between you and me, while we're on the topic of gloving up, a little bit of life advice here. If you're doing a job and you've got a little tight hole and it's inviting you in past the first knuckle, you may find that your little tool just ain't going to touch the right bits. Just something to bear in mind, and that's the same with all of these little bit sets, because deep holes, tiny tools, not a good combo. I'll stop this shit now. Come on, let's get going. For those that are thinking about chucking it in the tool bag, this is going to end up more scratch than a £250 Fiesta very, very quickly. And because I haven't picked these bits up enough already today, the advert on Amazon promises that these never drop. Well, one good flick of the wrist, and to be fair, it did need a good one, and these are all over the place. So if you're going to be using these for work out and about, something to think about. I've detained you long enough, and at the end of the day, this is only a screwdriver set. I hope you've had a chuckle watching this, and like I said, this is not sponsored. That's why I can be completely honest with you. In summary, would I buy it? Yes, I would actually. The quality's really good, but like I just said, bear in mind if you're using this out and about, there are better solutions. If you just want something at home for taking phones and tablets and things apart with, there's probably nothing better out there for the money. Just one final thing before we go though, and this is a tip. If you push this in the wrong way up, it gets stuck. And your instinct, as I found out, is to tap it.